Hey everyone, this is Wade from Flow Tube Fanatics and FishFinderMounts.com. You can call us at 1-855-784-3474 to get your perfect fish finder mounting solution today. I just ended up shooting a video just a few moments ago here on our 5 amp hour battery box mount system for boats. It includes our magnetic transducer mount. I want to draw your attention to our transducer mounting systems. This is what the little box that they come in. So they're fairly compact units. This box is, I think it's 5 by 3 by 2 in measurements. But this is our 15 millimeter magnetic transducer mount. It's extraordinarily strong, and they've got embedded magnets in here. But I wanted to show everybody. I've shown lots of videos about this in the past. One of the actual hints I want to bring people's attention to right away, actually, before I go further, is to try to keep these magnets separate. We got a small piece of foam in here. Actually, it starts out as a fairly thick piece of foam. We'll use foam like this here, and believe it or not, we assemble these things and we put them on here and to start, and that's fine. It keeps it separate, but after a while the magnets are so powerful it eventually crushes this foam right down into this that you see here, and actually you see the outer perimeter of it, but really it's just become fairly thin. But you know, you can use anything to keep them apart. You know, it's probably good to use something that's not so abrasive or anything like that, but definitely keep them apart, because it's hard to get them apart yourself. And you know, you want to be careful with your fingers and all that stuff when you're handling these things. You try to design them so that it protects you, but you have to also exercise good common sense and caution when you're using them. So I just wanted to show you the assembly of this product, how these go together ultimately. And you can see here's our float tube version. You see the float tube version is actually very, very similar to our magnetic transducer mount in terms of form and really function. The difference in function is the magnets on this one for boats. This is for our float tube. You can see the slots here for the strap. But you know, our older customers, we had a different style of arm that was looking more like this, if you will. These were our old style arms, but we've come up with a super universal arm system now that we're really proud of. You can see that actually there are bisecting holes here. So what it'll allow you to do is it'll allow you to put it on your boat. This is a float tube, so it doesn't count. So we're going to put it on this. We're going to put it on our 5 amp hour magnetic transducer mount right here from FishFinderMounts.com. And you're going to see that ultimately, if I was to put it on this way, this would be on your transom of your boat. If this was the back of your boat as an example, this would be hanging this way and your transducer would be mounted in its correct position this way. If you decided that your boat had an odd form factor, you didn't like it on the back, you were afraid it was going to get into your motor or something like that. Sometimes people hit their transducers that are hard mounted on their boat, they'll fall off and they'll go into their prop, and then boom, they have to buy a new transducer. So ultimately you can take this and put it on the side of your boat if you wish, and you just flip that 90 degrees, and now that, let's say this is the side of your boat now, that would give you, the transducer would be mounted this way with the jet stream this way, and so you would be ready to go with your transducer mount on the side of your boat. Now, I want to draw you to the new arm. The new arm, it uses this locking L nut that we've come up with. This locking L nut is essential. You need to have it on there because it prevents the transducer from spinning with resistance from water. So you can pull this off, and you'd put your transducer, you'd slide it over this bolt here, and then you'd slide this on top, and then you would take your wing nut and you would just fasten that over top. And of course there's lots of room here, so different fish finders or transducers will have different mounting nubs that have various different widths or diameters as well, and this gives you the flexibility to mount basically any transducer except for the puck style ones, all the transom style transducers that exist, which is the ones that are shipped as default with every fish finder, popular fish finder on the market. This is what this will actually mount all of those. So again, I'm just going to throw it on here. Yeah, and then of course with the, thank you Alex, the when we're dealing with our Markham XL9s and XL7s, what can happen here is actually there's a hole on this side as well, and this will go, there's two bolts that would, you can see how they're machined to fit together nicely, and there's two bolts that would go right through here into the Markham. So just to show you our innovation in machining these PVC parts so that we can adapt to any fish finder out there on the marketplace, and give people solutions that never existed before. We're the only ones in the world that actually have an all-in-one fish finder mounting system, in that it's completely universal. It comes with the power and all of those types of things that the fisherman's going to need when they want to mount their fish finder on whatever watercraft, aluminum boats, canoes, kayaks, and float tubes. So here you have our 15mm transducer mount. You've seen how you can flip it 90 degrees and mount your transducer in different, either on the side or the back of your boat, and you can see that this is an aperture that is adjustable. And in fact, even with the Garmin product as an example, we include with the setup a spacer, because the Garmin transducers have two fins, and this spacer will go in between that, and it's a longer screw even, so if you have even a wider aperture of a fish finder nub on your mounting nub on your transducer, this will actually cover that base as well. So it's truly universal. And I just want to draw your attention to the fact that we call this our root arm, the one that actually sticks onto the base here, and you put your thumb knob on there, your T knob. But we also have extensions, and here is our nice nifty little extension. So when you want to actually, you decide, my boat, I want to mount my transducer high above the water, the base of it, the magnetic part of it, I want to root high above the water, or mount it high above the water, and I want to have a little bit of a distance to get the transducer down into the water. That's where these awesome transducer mount arm extensions come into play. And I'll just show you conceptually, I won't go into big detail, but of how they go. You'd switch this bolt off and you'd put a shorter bolt, as you see here, and you'd take this longer bolt and you'd put it in the place of this one here. This is how it'll come when we ship it to you. So you can exchange parts around and make it as long as you want. You can buy more extensions from us, and can't see it here right now, but you get the picture. You can buy more of these extensions from us, and you can make it fairly long. Of course, we wouldn't suggest you make it 6 feet long, but within reason, you know, you can make a nice long arm and get this up high on your boat, your kayak, your canoe, whatever it is. If you decide that that's where you think you need it, we're trying to give customers what they want, and we're trying to give them the flexibility that makes them confident that they've got a good solution, a great solution in fact, for their fish finder mounting needs. So this is Wade from Flow Tube Fanatics and fishfindermounts.com. Call us at 1-855-784-3474 and get your perfect fish finder mounting solution from us today.